Imagine standing there on Baseline Road. You're looking out west, and you see just a sea of rooftops and a bunch of tractors moving dirt, Costco sign in the distance. What you're looking at is one of the biggest growth stories in all of the greater Sacramento region. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how new roads, new schools, and new retail are transforming this part of Placer County, and why moving here now is a textbook play for massive upside on your home's value in the near future. I'm Chris Reese, Roseville real estate expert, neighbor, and resident optimist. And my job is to help buyers and investors see opportunities before the rest of the crowd. And I got to tell you, West Roseville is not just growing, it's compounding. And if you're thinking about relocating or moving here to Roseville, just reach out anytime. All the contact information is in the description. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any important details about what life is like here in Roseville, and of course the market of Roseville itself and all the surrounding areas. Now grab your coffee and maybe a notepad, and let's dive into why I am so bullish on West Roseville. Okay, so first up, we're going to discuss transportation, because in real estate, roads equals money. And a huge project we have coming here to West Roseville, it's a big connector. And what we're talking about is the Placer Parkway. The Placer Parkway is going to be huge for West Roseville. It's 14 miles, and it's going to run east to west, connecting Highway 99 all the way to Highway 65. And it's just going to really, release a lot of the congestion. Think of it as like a pressure release valve for Highway 80. It will give commuters and freight alike a much faster way to move. And as you know, fast saves time, and time and efficiency equals greater profits. Let's go ahead and take a look at this on Google Maps. So here we are looking at all of Roseville. This new Placer Parkway is going to connect Highway 99 here, which runs through Sacramento, and we have the Sacramento International Airport over there. Here we have Highway 65, right? Which obviously connects with 80. This new connection kind of, near Baseline, which is right in here somewhere, it's basically going to connect Highway 99 all the way out to 65, which is going to relieve all that congestion from 80, and then just increase the efficiency and, commute times and freight, of course, all throughout this western side of Placer County to the west of 65 and 80. So it's going to be huge. So phase one is already in design. And what it's going to do is connect Foothills Boulevard all along here with Highway 65. So it's just going to create a lot of new development, throughout this area, new nodes of housing developments, which is, more job opportunity, more people moving there, more commerce, more business, and just growth all around. It's also going to relieve a lot of congestion, like almost immediately. So why does this matter to us homeowners and investors alike? Well, because commute times are one of the first things that, homeowners and renters alike consider before moving to an area. Now, just shaving, 10 to 15 minutes off your commute, or anybody's commute for that matter, that really increases the buyer pool and the demand to want to live there here in West Roseville. It doesn't connect directly to I-5. That's kind of a common misconception. But by linking 65 to Highway 90, it really ties Roseville into the North Valley's agricultural and distribution corridors. And that means more logistical jobs, more regional growth, and more people wanting to live right here in West Roseville. And that translates into more demand, which means increased values. I guess you can kind of think of it this way. When governments spend hundreds of millions of dollars on roads and infrastructure, they're basically underwriting your property values. So when I say that I'm, bullish on Roseville or West Roseville, this is really the number one reason. All right, now let's talk lifestyle economics, or kind of what I'm referring to as the weekend multiplier. Roseville is already well known for youth sports, particularly soccer. But the Placer Valley Soccer Complex is actually right now under construction. This is located on Westbrook Boulevard, and it's a 10-field, all-turf, LED-lit soccer complex. And it's not just for practices and weekend games. This is made for regional tournaments. So what's the big deal about regional tournaments? Well, that's going to bring in families from the Bay Area, from Reno, from Southern California, from all over for these regional tournaments. And those families are going to stay in hotels and they're going to eat locally and they're going to shop and spend money locally. This is expected to pump about $15 million per year into the local economy. Now for homeowners, you get in now before all this starts to happen and you watch your values go up. Now for investors, this is gold. As they say, more heads in beds brings more demand for short-term rentals. This is also higher restaurant sales, which is a higher demand for retail leases. And all of that translates into community desirability, higher home values. And that's why this soccer complex is not just some simple park project. It's an economic engine. Okay, let's talk retail anchors. Now, if you can only know one thing about suburban growth, that one thing is that if Costco shows up and builds a store, you know that area is about to blow up. At 5200 Baseline Road, the city has approved an 81-acre baseline marketplace with Costco as the anchor. Now, just a quick little bit of research. Fiscal analysis shows $167 million in taxable sales annually. Now, that's going to translate into about $2.5 million annual sales tax just for Roseville. And of course, 420 permanent jobs created, plus all the added tax revenue from property taxes. Now, this is not just speculation. This is signed off by the city. Now, of course, the daily needs retail is kind of the glue that holds any community together. And just up the street, we have the West Roseville Marketplace located at Pleasant Grove and Wood Creek Oaks Boulevard. There we have a brand new Safeway. It's like the best Safeway in the area. Of course, with the Safeway gas, there's other gas stations around, lots of fast food pads, and it's all open right now. And just down the road near West Park High, which by the way is one of the best high schools in all of Northern California. I mean, this place is amazing. Performing Arts Center, almost a professional level football stadium. They have their own golf course. Anyway, there's a 230 square foot retail center opening there with a market and gas and food and of course even a Starbucks. Now you put those together and you've got the retail ecosystem that investors love. One great big regional draw and two daily needs hubs keeps the spend local and stabilizes and increases home values. You don't just buy a house. You buy the grocery store, the gas station, and of course the Starbucks that your tenants are going to use. Now, transportation doesn't just stop with the parkway that we discussed earlier. Here's a few big developments and improvements that are going to drastically not only improve, but increase the traffic through Roseville and through West Roseville in particular. Now, Baseline Road, this is a big one. Right now, it's kind of a two-lane road, and it connects, kind of center Roseville all the way out to 99. A lot of people take that as a backway alternative to the airport. They're widening it to 4 to 6 lanes, and it couldn't come any sooner because we're expecting traffic to double to over 40,000 vehicles per day, which is going to, of course, bring in more efficiency with that workflow, more traffic, more cars, more stops, more money. Another big expansion is Blue Oaks Boulevard. That's extending even further west. It's giving Sierra Vista and Fitiment Road a direct east-west connection, which is really going to improve traffic flow and, of course, commerce, business, cash flow, etc. We also have Westbrook Boulevard, which is kind of a north-south connector of tying in multiple master plan communities, giving alternative routes, through West Roseville, just making it easier to get around. And the new traffic signals at Blue Oaks Boulevard and Westbrook, they're already improving traffic flow. And these are funded projects. They're not just wish lists. And remember, when you see road crews everywhere, you're literally seeing the city lay the concrete under your home appreciation crew. Okay, so quick recap. So far, we have a regional parkway, a $15 million soccer engine. We have Costco and Safeway and an additional marketplace. That's 4 macroeconomic growth factors already baked into West Roseville. Now, if you like what you see so far, and you can literally see the equity growth before you, don't hesitate to reach out. All my contact information is in the description. Now let's dive into schools. As a parent myself, schools are important. So let's talk about the school districts in Roseville. When it comes to elementary and middle schools, Most of West Roseville does fall within the Roseville Unified School District, and many of my clients over the years have come here specifically to Roseville for that school district. But the southern side, very close to to Baseline, can technically fall within the Dry Creek Joint District. And so you definitely want to be careful. I was talking with a guy the other day who moved to West Roseville, thought he was in the Roseville Unified School District. Turns out he's not. And so he's not real happy about that. So you definitely want to make sure that you're, checking into that. And I can always help you figure that out. Just reach out to me if you're thinking about coming here to Roseville, and that's the reason. Now, when it comes to high schools, which is really important, most of the high schools do fall within the Roseville Unified District, especially West Park and Fitterman Farms area. They're zoned for West Park High, which I've mentioned is just a phenomenal high school. It's all brand new. They have so many amenities, like that amazing football field and track, and they have their own golf course. And, the place, it puts a lot of colleges to shame. But even with high school, depending on where your boundaries lie, you may be zoned for Wood Creek, which is also a great high school, or you could be in the Antelope school system. So definitely want to check that out. Now, I kind of mentioned this already. There are some edge cases. So if you are on that southern edge, very, very close to Baseline, you may fall into the Center Joint Unified School District. That is Antelope. Now, that's a little more rare, but it is worth noting, so you definitely want to make sure that you get that checked out. Again, I can definitely help you with that. So kind of a rule of thumb, west of Fitterment and north of Baseline, you're probably in the Roseville Unified School District, which includes West Park. If you're closer to Baseline, you may fall within Dry Creek or even Center Unified. So if you're wanting to target like a specific school district or even school, just reach out to me and I'll help you figure out where you need to be within that boundary. And we'll get you a 26-27 boundary map because the boundaries are changing. All right, you've hung with me this far. Let's talk homes and prices, dollars and doors. West Park is one of the most sought after communities in West Roseville. It's a master planned community. There is a lot of resale homes available, but there's also a lot of new builder stuff. The median resale price, already lived in home, of course, resale, you're looking at around $640,000. You can also find, more entry-level homes around the $550,000. The really high price points, we're looking at around 1.2, 1.3. And a lot of the new builds in West Park, we're looking at around, high fives to low eights. Another master plan community is Fitterment Ranch, Fitterment Farms. The median resale price there is around like $765,000, $770,000. You can find starting point homes in the low 600s, and they range up to 1.3, 1.4. There are also quite a few new construction homes. I just released a video the other day of some new construction Fitterment Farms, and there was a model home fully upgraded with all the finishes, all the designer features that you don't normally get in a new build, and that one was listed at 1.3, and I think it's still available. But for the most part, the new construction homes there in Fitterment, you're looking at low to mid 600s, all the way up. Now moving over to Sierra Vista, not a lot of resale there right now, but there is a ton of new construction, and those are ranging anywhere from the low to mid fives, all the way up into the to the low mids. Now moving over to like Winding Creek, Sierra West. Mostly new homes. You'll find a one or two off resale, but the new construction over there is kind of the mid fives, all the way up to like the low eights, mid eights, maybe even up to the 9 for like a fully upgraded extra, premium lot type of new construction home. Now, if you're looking for more luxury homes, they do have these in West Roseville, starting in the low millions up to the 1.5, to 1.6, 1.7 maybe. And you can get that, you get a lot of value in West Roseville, which, over there in East Roseville, older homes of the same, size, and it may cost you in the twos. So pretty great value in West Roseville. So, West Roseville really kind of has it all, from one end of the spectrum to the other, starting in the low to mid fives and getting all the way up into the 1.5 million range or higher. For investors, West Roseville is kind of the classic barbell market. You've got cash flows and rents, on the lower side, and lower side all the way up to the more luxury homes. You've got great appreciation, especially with all those macroeconomic growth factors that I've mentioned earlier. So if you are thinking of coming here to West Roseville and you're trying to weigh the pluses and the minuses between new construction and resale, what incentives they offer, do you want a more established neighborhood, just don't hesitate to reach out. All the information is in the description. I'd be happy to help you figure that out and what each side has to offer. Now let's connect the dots. I'm very bullish on West Roseville, and I think by now you are too, but let's kind of recap everything. It's got the infrastructure before the rooftops. With the baseline widening and the parkway coming in, that's already in motion. Retail anchors. We have the Costco already approved. That's going to bring $167 million in annual sales and 420 permanent jobs. Plus, we have the already built brand new Safeway and all that retail, and the new shopping center that's coming in near West Park High that really fulfills the daily needs. West Roseville is also going to be pulling in the tourism with that new soccer complex and the expected annual $15 million in outside revenue. And we have a great price ladder with plenty of steps on brand new construction, with prices starting in the low to mid fives all the way up to that $1.5 million plus for the luxury homes. That's 4 different growth engines all pushing in the same direction, and that's home values going up. Compared to Greater Sacramento, West Roseville just has more upside per dollar because the bones are just built or being built now. For home buyers that, wait 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to pay retail. But for those that buy in now, you're just going to ride that appreciation wave. And if you're ready to, just stop scrolling and start compounding that home value, let's make it happen. Reach out. All the information's in the description below. And don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons. We'll see you on the next one. That's a wrap.